Hello everyone, my name is Kita and today we are going to be playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So... things got a little heated last time. I feel like I started the last episode off the same way. Things are getting heated. And as of right now, I don't really have a direction to go. I guess we could start with maxing out engineering. We only need 5 more points for it, but I'm sure we'll get those points naturally as we keep progressing. Also, someone said Mars might want to talk to me, which she doesn't, so we just might not be close enough with her. Do I have something you want, Mars? I have some crystals. Do you want crystal, Mars? Have I given you a crystal? I have. Dang it. Alright, well, I guess we could hang out with her, I suppose. Okay, we got 2 organization and 1 perception. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. Work in Depot gives us points and things we don't really have. You pass the construction yard on your way to work at the depot. Rex waves you over. Hey, come look at this, he says, leading you over to where the portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters with a scaffold of mushwood. Isn't this wild? It's like our 2 ships are actually becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from the Helio, learning how to work together. How we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me. He continues. It's really fun. You get to build things and the construction crew is really nice. And you'd get to hang out with me. It is tempting. Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plas cutter, a gun-shaped tool that emits a thin beam of superheated plasma. No time like the present, right? Zeke says we always need more workers here. But you do have another job that you promised to do. I don't break promises. Sorry, I've got a job to do. Rex thwaps himself on the forehead. Oh, duh, of course, you always got something going on. He lets you get back to work with a wave and a smile. I'd love to hang out, Rex, I really would. I got stuff to do. Do we just get our first organization point? No. Yes. Extra gear slot. Oh my gosh. My hot eyes. Yeah. Oh shit, Rex, what's up? You spot Rex carrying supplies and a big piece of wood into a huge tarped up section at the end of the lounge. He waves at you, well, as much as a wave as he can do with his arms full of mushwood. Hayla? Hey Lakita, he calls out to you. Have you come to see the bar? A bar? You give him a questioning look. The bar? You don't know Rex super well. You've never heard anything about a bar. He gestures to the tarps. My bar, he says. I've been working on a special project ever since I joined the construction crew. The colony needed a place to cut loose, you dig? He looks up at it, beaming with pride. I think it's about halfway done. You take a look at what you can see. Rex has kept it all pretty well tarped up and hates letting people inside to peek, but you can tell it's big. Perhaps a little too big. Ambitious, maybe, for a first solo construction project. But Rex has had a lot of help from his crew and from the whole colony. He'd have to be able to find enough wood. I'm sure it'll be great. Rex comes over to you and slings you into a one-armed hug. Just seeing you makes me super energized, he says. I can almost hear the music now. That's right, the bar's gonna have live music. You know, anyone who plays an instrument, I'm gonna work double time to finish this place. If you want to help, bring me all the mushwood you can find. But those are presents for you, Rex. How much do I have? Probably a lot, honestly. Yes. How much you need? No. We turned him down for a relationship. I'm not doing this. I've always thought friends with benefits is a horrible idea. If you do it, that's fine. But I don't think it's a good idea. I think people get attached because, you know, that's a natural response to physical contact. That isn't abusive. Got dark real quick. Alright. We got like nothing. I got nothing. I have no idea what's gonna happen next, so I'm just kind of like... Alright, let's keep trying to increase our... Apply to work in construction. Okay. You pass the construction yard on your way to work. Rex waves you over. Hey Akita, he says cheerfully, want to help me do construction stuff now? Yeah, let's work hard. Okay, this was okay, I see. I didn't think this was an event. I thought it was like a random event where it wasn't meaningful. Nope, it's an actual thing. You help Rex hold up a part of the wall while he fits a bracket in place. There's a lot of pounding and wiggling to get it to fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. Chief Administrator Seek comes storming out of command to find you. Kita, they snap. Where have you been? I expected you hours ago. Whoa, it's my bad, Rex says, moving to stand between you and Seek. You're such a good boy, Rex. If he had a tail, it would be between his legs. The perfect picture of an apologetic puppy. I'll say that 5 times fast. I asked her to help out. We're super short on hands around here, and she did a great job. Seek grudgingly accepts that you did, in fact, do good work. They tell you that you're clear to help out in construction if you'd like, snidely commenting that you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. Well, excuse you. Meanie? How many more points? 3. Alright, I guess we'll just... What is working construction? Toughness and engineering. We get closer to Rex, though. Alright, let's keep trying to get close to Mars, because someone said that she might have something to tell me. You're scrolling through a hollow novel behind the desk when Tangent comes in. She pauses and looks uncomfortable when she sees you and Mars looking at her and quickly disappears into the shelves. You and Mars shrug. A few minutes later, Tang comes up to the counter and drops a fistful of candy. She shifts from foot to foot as you ring her up, jostling up and down and rubbing her stomach. I also need something from behind the counter, she says quietly, some medicine. You ask what she needs and she mumbles the name. You can't hear her. Can you repeat that? She mumbles it again a little louder. Mars stifles a giggle. I'm sorry, what? Tang rolls her eyes. Stars, she curses. I need fart pills, okay? The stupid alien bacteria and all the weird native food makes my stomach upset. OMG, Mars laughs. You have blue gut? Really? Tang the Perfect has blue farts. Tang crosses her arms and looks miserable. You give Mars a questioning look. Blue gut? Mars says, you know, when you keep farting and farting all this, like, blue dusty stuff. Mars leans over the counter to get a better look at Tang's backside. Oh no, she says dramatically. White was not the best color to wear today, Tangent. Your butt's as blue as Kita's hair. Mars cackles as Tang anxiously cranes her neck to look at her rear. We have fun here. Liar, Tang mumbles, not meaning your eyes. Just give me the pills, please. I don't want to talk about my stupid body. Be sensitive and nice. That's what I am. She didn't appreciate that. I'm sorry, Tangent, that I'm a good friend. You let Tang know that you're oh, I see what we did. You let Tangent know that you're very sorry this is happening to her. Blue Gut is in an uncomfortable condition, you tell her, but it doesn't make her a bad person. Why would it make her a bad person? You let her know that if there is anything you can do to help, you'll be there for her because that's what friends are for. This approach seems to make Tang more miserable. She takes her order and rushes out of the depot as soon as you're done. Well, I'm sorry for trying to be considerate. I just wish we hadn't been considerate that particular way. Alrighty. Yeah, gotta to rest soon. Late dust. Early wet. Where's Mars? Oh, she's down here. Alright, let's see if anybody else needs us. No, everybody looks pretty good. Alright, gonna hand out some things. Alright, Mars, we'll start with you. Mars is working in the depot today. You find her sitting on a pile of boxes, drumming her feet against them as she flips dismissively through a magazine on her hollow palm. Every so often, she snorts at something she reads and rolls her eyes. Hey, Kita, she says as you approach. Would you rather have really bad body odor for a whole day or have to spend the whole day naked? I'd be fine being naked. Me too, Mars says. I mean, if anyone can still be fabulous with no clothes on, it's probably you and me. Well, thanks, Mars. I'm reading some stuff on teen magazines from Old Earth, Mars says. You know, like fashion and makeup and dating and stuff. She turns to a new page and reads out loud. Don't be afraid to use green concealer. You may look like the Wicked Witch at first, but don't click your heels and go home. Stick with it and you'll be on that yellow brick road to clear, beautiful skin. Mars laughs incredulously. What does that even mean? Oh. Never read Wizard of Oz. Papa taught me to put on makeup because I wanted to be pretty, like him. Mars says, but it was never like cover up your blemishes, make your nose smaller, hide your spongy pores, and that's all they ever talk about in these things. And it's like, was Earth fashion really about making everyone look as small as possible? What was wrong with them? Mars gestures to herself. I was the biggest kid the whole time we were growing up, and I've always been gorgeous. You know, good for you, Mars. And that's not just my genetic enhancement talking. What is your genetic enhancement? I don't even know when I think about it. Sometimes I think they should have just made everyone unable to feel shame, Mars says. Are you unable to feel shame? Like, all these magazines talk about is how to fix your flaws and act different so people will like you. It's such a waste of time. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder. Ugh. Shit, my headphones. If people don't like me, they can flick off. I literally don't care what they think. So she can't feel shame. That explains so much. That explains all the confidence. Mars pats the box next to her and you climb up and sit by her side. Who picks that for a genetic enhancement? The dating advice in these things is pee good, though. What is pee good? Oh, pretty good? I've never heard anyone talk like that in my life. Maybe I'm too old. She's just flipping through a few pages. Like, my dad taught me about reproduction and stuff, but they get so squicked out when I ask how you actually get someone to have sex with you. She rolls her eyes. Can you imagine? No, not having the birds and the bees talks, but how to get the birds and the bees to, meet up. Teenagers on Earth were apparently very worried about getting boys to like them, Mars says. Like, look at this, 10 ways to tell if he's super into you. Yeah, that's a thing. Mars smirks and angles her holoscreen away from you. Ooh, let's see how into me you are, Kita. Okay, first question. Do you have any cute nicknames for me? No? I feel like the right answer is I do, but no, I don't. That's fair, Mars says. I don't have any for you. Second question. Do you get nervous around me? Never. Not even a little bit, Mars says, acting like she's affronted. Last question. Do you go out of your way to see me? A little bit. Oh, Kita, Mars beams. I am happy whenever you come talk with me. Us sophisticated folks gotta stick together. Mars makes a frustration noise and dismisses her holoscreen. Ugh, this is so wimpy, she groans. What is wrong with Earth teens? If you want to know someone likes you, just ask them. It's easy if you're not a coward. Some people have social anxiety. Some of us get anxious. I don't know if that's connected to shame, though. Is anxiety connected to shame? -3 kudos. Why are you so materialistic? Mars turns to you and leans in, bracing your leg with her arms. You can smell her body lotion, light and floral, and feel the heat of her chest against your arm. She pouts and looks at you through her lashes. What about Akita? Do you like me? I like Tangent more. Can you imagine? What's not to love about you, gorgeous? What? No, no, we're just friends. Mars doesn't even look disappointed. She leans back and brushes her hand down the sleeve of her jacket as if dusting you off. See, it's just that easy, she says breezily. Yeah, you don't feel shame. It's a little disappointing. That is what that said, right? She didn't feel shame. Hold on. I'm double checking. Shameless. Augment. Why would you ever make that your child's augment? Shame is how you keep people humble. I knew there was a reason I don't like her. She's arrogant because she can't be anything else. It kind of makes me feel bad for her, to be honest. Can you imagine not being able to put anyone above yourself? Not because you don't want to, but because you literally can't? I don't know, maybe that's not what being shameless is. But I'm just imagining just taking away shame as a general feeling. Because imagine all the stuff that's connected to that emotion. It's sort of like Diz being unable to feel fear. Like, okay, cool, you can keep your head cool in like a tough situation, but also there's the problem of your body needs to feel fear because then you know when to feel scared. Like, your body gets afraid because sometimes you need to run away. If you never feel fear, you're more likely to put yourself into danger that you can't win. There's a reason our body has these natural responses. So to just negate them feels wrong to me. Emotions we should all have, no matter what it is. Like, even if it's hatred, I'm not saying hatred's a good emotion, but sometimes it's a healthy way to feel. Like, if someone's done a horrible, awful thing, you should hate them. Someone shouldn't remove the feeling of hatred from their system. Sometimes it's a good natural response. Like, I hate Vase, here we go. And that is a healthy response. You arrive outside the garrison just as you spy a small unit of young Helios trainees finishing their daily run around the colony. Vase is easily in the lead. You swing yourself up onto a fence and watch as the group breaks into pairs for the next drill. Excuse me. As unit leader, Vase goes around and corrects everyone's form and checks in on them before he spots you and trots over. What's up, colony kid? He says, wiping his forehead. His training shirt clings to his chest, damp with sweat and showing off his muscles. Do you think I'm shallow, game? Missed you out there today. You should come for a run sometime. You couldn't keep me away. Hell yeah, Vase says, bumping his fist into yours. I like exercise. I actually do go for runs. Every day at first sunrise, if you're late, you have to run it twice. Oh. That's a lot. I've been trying to get the other colony kids out here, Vase continues. On the Helio, we are raised to believe that physical exertion does more than build muscles. It helps you think more clearly and boosts your immune system, too. It does do that. It also is really good for stress. He clenches his fist. Not only that, but it strengthens the bond between brothers. It turns men into heroes. What turns you into men? You have to get one before the other. Nah, not necessarily. I've read a couple books where, you know, boys became heroes. Harry Potter. Vase looks like a hero, you think. Even just standing there, he has some kind of presence as action heroes in the old vids from Earth. He's so confident in his element that everything he does looks effortless. You can't imagine him skinning his knee or having his voice crack or tripping over his feet. All three of which have happened to you this week. Sounds about right. I am a clumsy little shit. I am and I'm not, because if they hadn't come here, we wouldn't have met Rex and Nami, you know? So, I am glad they came here, I just don't like where it's going. I'm glad you guys are here. Vase shrugs, just doing our duty to humanity. Yeah, we were supposed to have this conversation a long time ago. Vase picks up his water bottle and takes a big swig, rinsing out his mouth before spitting it into the dirt. Not everyone's cut out to be a soldier, he says. I mean, Where would we be without people like Tangent giving us the intel we need? He shrugs. Anemone's pretty cool. She's got the right idea, and that Cal guy, he's got the muscle, but... Vase shakes his head with a snort. Honestly, you all lack the discipline. Discipline? I'm gonna show you discipline. Someone fetch me my whip. Also, that was not the conversation I wanted to have with Mars, by the way. I thought I was gonna have a different conversation, so that does not bode well. Unless it's one of those you can only have, like, one conversation a day or a season. I don't know. I don't know what their limits are for events. I'd have to look at the game files. The game code. And I don't want to. This is all work. I can't do this. I have to go rest. I'm gonna go rest in the greenery. Relax in the park. This month, you mostly just hang out in the garden and try to relax. Yep. I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't really have a lot of 1 cards anymore. I guess we'll keep doing stuff to hang out with Mars, because as far as I'm aware, there's no... I don't think there's any events outside at the moment. I think I kind of got all of them. Wait, how old are we? We're 18, we're fine. Sorry, I saw that Mars was 19 and I was like, but no, we're fine. We still have like a year. Alright, so yeah, we'll work in the depot. The mood is somber as Mars calls the secret Fun Times Club meeting to order. Oh, is Cal part of the secret Fun Times Club meeting? Anemone won't be joining us today, she announces, or probably ever again. She told me she's too busy with training and stuff, and she didn't want to do any more sneaking around. She sniffs dismissively. It's okay, she was kind of a square anyway. But we need someone to replace her. Some of the Helio kids are pretty cool, she says. They like clubs and stuff, right? We should talk to them and see if they want to join the SFC. Mars stops and holds up her finger. Oh, and it's just SFC now. The Secret Fun Times Club was okay when we were little, but we're practically adults now. But it's still going to mean the Secret Fun Times Club, though. It's not gonna be... I understand, I think it's a moniker is the word. I understand shortening it to a moniker, but it still stands for Secret Fun Times Club. Are we changing that too, or... What about the new governor, Lump? Tang asks. I know he's technically an adult, but he's fairly young. It would be beneficial to have someone with some actual clout on our side. No, get him out of here. I want to assassinate him. Mars gives Tang a withering look. We already have someone important in the club, Tang, but thank you for your contribution. She crosses her arms and thinks, I mean, Lum's alright, kind of dumb, but like, you don't have to be smart to be hot, you know? No, you don't. I can't believe we just let him be in charge. I've listened in on some of his council meetings and they're a total chaos. Oh, and they are total chaos. It's like he has no idea what he's doing. He probably doesn't. He's an oaf. He's a brutish oaf. On that note, who do you think should join the club? No. Ah, I love Rex. I think Rex would be a great addition. Oh, but Nami's also... Well, Nami's non-binary. I'm gonna say Rex. I really like Rex. Rex. You say you're going to try and recruit Rex, and Mars immediately invites herself along. What? She says. When you insist, you can do it yourself. He's hot, okay? He is hot, okay, fair. You explain to Rex about the SFC. I'm in, he says, before you can even ask him to join. Sounds like fun. I love group stuff. But Nami has to come too, he insists. They're my best friend and they hate being left out. If you want me, you gotta bring Nami too. I'm all for that. Mars twirls her hair around her finger. Not a problem. She answers for you. Maybe you and I could meet up sometime and I can catch you up on what you've missed. Rex winks at Mars and says he'd love that. You get the sense that maybe you didn't need to be here after all. I'm slate wet, now I'm real nervous. It's Diz's birthday! I hope he doesn't die. I hope he's like the one person that survives everything. Even if I must die, let him survive. I work in the depot. You're working with Mars when a depot order comes through on your holopalm for 10 batteries for the creche. You're busy packaging up an order, so you send it over to her holopalm. Despite her constant complaining about how boring and beneath her this job is, Mars is very good at it. She finds ways to do things faster and more efficiently, and she hardly ever makes mistakes. Which is why you're surprised when you get the order from the nanoprinter and find 15 batteries. You check the requisition again. Wait, it says 15 batteries now. You swear it said 10 before. Mars scoops up the extra 5, giving you a wink as she hides them in her bag. No. Ooh, that's a good one, too. That's a good item. Oh, don't be a buzzkill, Kita, she says, rolling her eyes. Even Seek skims a little off the top. Why else would they keep such tight protocol over the nanoprinter? What are you going to do, tell Lum? She adds, if you do, Seek will be on my side, because they know I'll sell them out too. It'll be your word against both of ours. Besides, it's not even for me, she continues. It's for the SFC, which is secret, so it's not like I can send an actual requisition for this stuff. Okay. Mars's deception was pretty good. You only caught it because you happened to see the requisition first, and you happened to put it back in the cube for Mars to pick up. And you happened to be the one who packed it up. You work with Mars to set it so that the first person to open a requisition must complete it themselves. Believing you're doing it to increase the reliability, Seek approves of this change. It's a little more work, but it means that Mars is free to edit requisitions to her heart's content. Mars is so pleased with your work, she gives you a kiss on the cheek. We're evil. I'm excited for the second run because I remember Sim mentioned that we should go outside during Glow, like outside the camp. And we can't do that right now because we don't have our back door anymore to sneak out from. So I think it's something we can only do in like a replay, another playthrough. Because you can't go back in time, you can just start over. Does anyone else get an ominous feeling about this? I'm scared, guys. Okay. We're gonna do defense training. Because I feel like we need it. I'm real scared, guys. You're heading to bed when the sirens begin to wail, heralding the beginning of the yearly Xenofauna attack. Outside your window, you see the soldiers begin to form up. This year, Nem is heading her own squad. You see her red hair bobbing with the others as she rushes to defend the walls. I think I'm gonna run after her. Because I don't want Nem to die. While I don't like her at the moment, I still don't want her to die. And waiting in my room's not gonna do anything. Nem looks at you in surprise, but nods when she sees you ready to fight. Someone hands you a plas rifle, and you join her squad on the walls. You stand shoulder to shoulder with Nem and watch the Xeno mass on the far side of the fire break. Look at them all, she says darkly. They just keep coming, more and more every year. What are they even waiting for? Why don't they just attack already? She shoots a look at the rest of her squad, all of them Helios, mostly young adults like you, and lowers her voice. I just want to get it over with, you know? She confides in you. These Helios learned to march before they could walk. I want to prove I can handle myself as well as they can. She runs her fingers down the barrel of the plas rifle, where she stenciled the name Kambuka. Or kombucha, after her brother Calm. A lowering from the forest draws your attention back to the enemy line. The wails of animals is approaching in eerie unison, their footsteps drumming a rumbling tattoo across the ground. Nem clutches her rifle tightly. Okay, here goes. Oh boy. The animals approach the wall at a steady pace, but stop short of the walls. Instead, they mill around outside the colony near the garrison. In the eerie silence, you hear the sudden crackle of a plas rifle fire, and a flying creature falls to the ground. You hear Security Chief Rhett from his post on the walls telling his squad to hold their fire. His voice rings through the still, expectant air. The Xenos are just standing there. It's so quiet. It is, there's no music or anything. The animals appear to be waiting for something. The uncomfortable impasse stretches into minutes until finally Nem tilts her head like she's hearing orders from her hearspeak. Okay, we're just going to attack them, she says, her voice lilting up almost as if a question. Her Helio-born squadmates look at her with unsure expressions, but Nem nods. Yeah, to the walls, open fire. You guys are idiots. They're only doing this. They're only going to attack us because you've attacked them. All they're doing is just making us uncomfortable. We deserve to die. We as a colony. It's so stupid. And that was Lum probably giving that order too. I'm not gonna let Anemone die because you're an idiot. Oh my god. Can I increase that by 1? 5, 6, 7, yeah. Okay. 4. Man, I am so scared, guys. Just gotta keep it up. Put him over there. Okay, we're fine. Man, does that make me anxious, though. And just because I won does not mean someone's saved. I learned that a while ago. You and the others open fire, joined by other squads at other points on the wall. The creatures continue to mill around as they're cut down by a hail of crackling plas rifle fire, seemingly unbothered. What the hell? Guys, stop hitting them. It's not until a few minutes pass that the creatures seem to wake up, in a sense, breaking from their holding pattern and begin to batter the walls as usual. Flying creatures begin to soar overhead, landing in the courtyard and attacking from within. It's because of the Overseer. Basically, what I believe is the Gardeners have control over everything on this planet. Everything. Animals, plant life, everything. And they're basically setting it up. Or a lot of them are setting it up so that we get attacked every glow. I think they've even specified as much. But, so I think what they were doing was they were just sending a lot of animals over there to watch through them. That's what the stillness in their movement was. They were looking at us, seeing what we were going to do, and what was our reaction? Violence. So, of course, they're going to make the animals aggro even more than they usually would to try and kill us. You stay on the walls and pick off what you can, trying to keep the creatures from forming a living pyramid to scale the walls. You can hear the battering of their bodies against the gates from here, and the commotion as the gate genders rally to keep it shut. Governor Lum comes charging up to Nem. I need command of your squad, he says. I'm taking them down to the courtyard to engage the enemy directly. You are an idiot. You cannot open those gates. Are you stupid? My squad? Nem stammers. She looks conflicted. Lum is the governor and outranks her as a soldier, but he's Lum. His plan is bound to be dangerous or even suicidal. The rest of the squad are Helioborn, yes, but they're also just teenagers like you. Do you need us up here supporting defenders from the walls? She chances to suggest. I agree, we're more useful up here. Let's ask the security chief. Seems very neutral. Nem looks relieved. Yeah, let me just check with Rhett, okay? He might need us. Let me check. Lum nods her forward, and Nem steps away to confer with Rhett over here speak. When she turns, she looks unsure. He says, "You can't order a bunch of kids into the worst part of the fighting just because you think it'll look cool," she repeats. "He wants us to stay on the walls." Nem throws his hands in the air. Sorry, Lum throws his hands in the air in disgust. "You Stratos are even more cowardly than I thought." This spurs your Helio squad mates into action. They abandon Nem and follow the governor down to the courtyard below. I hope you all die. I hope you all die from your stupidity. Nem tried to save their lives. I even tried to back her up. Rhett even tried to save their lives. And they're just going to throw it away because someone called them chicken. They're idiots. They deserve to die. What is that rule called? Darwinism? The Darwin Award, yeah. You and Nem remain on the wall, defending them against being breached by Xenos and picking off the flying ones before they can land in the courtyard. The gates stay standing. After about an hour, the attack ends as quietly as it began, with the remaining Xenos slinking back into the forest from whence they came. In the quiet following the battle, the colony comes out of hiding to gather in the courtyard, surveying the damage. Everyone looks weary, but you survived another year, and with remarkably few casualties. You must have been very lucky. The Xenos still seem to be getting stronger and more aggressive every year. We have one more year. I can't believe that. We have to die next year, right? We just have to. Where's Tiz? I want to know. I miss him. Alright, we're gonna give gifts out again. You spot Rex sitting on the second floor of an unfinished building, his feet dangling over the edge. He waves at you and gestures you to come sit next to him. "Hey, Kita," he says, shooting you a tight smile before looking back over the rest of the colony. From here you can see the Garrison soldiers marching around in formation with Base at the head. Rex watches them with an uneasy expression. Why the hangdog expression? Why the hangdog expression? Rex musters up another smile. "That's a good one," he says. "You always know how to brighten my day." You have one more surprise up your sleeve, though. You open up your bag and pull out the dust melon you've lugged around from the canteen. Rex brightens and makes a grabby motion with his hands. "Yes," he exclaims, "my hero." Rex tears into the soft rind of the melon with his fingers and splits it between the two of you. You sit together and watch Vase bark orders at the other young soldiers. "Do you ever wish you were more like them?" Rex scoffs, his lip curling a little as he takes a bite of melon. "No way. Marching around taking orders? That's not the life for me. It's just... everyone on the Hilo listens to Vase. You know? And he doesn't like me, so that means I've always been an outsider, whether I wanted it or not. They're friendly to me, I guess, but it's not the same as having friends, not like you or Nami." He shrugs, exhaling heavily. "It's a good thing I'm just a big friendly dog who likes everyone, you know?" He jokes, "Or it would probably hurt a lot more." "What's the deal with you and Vase?" "Yeah, I've always wanted to ask." Empathy. No, I want to know. Rex's mouth twists and he spits a dust melon seed over the edge of the building. "It's kind of a long story and not a fun one," he says, avoiding your gaze. "I'd rather not drag it up again, honestly." I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't have pressured him to tell me even the short version, so this is kind of accurate. Rex's shoulders relax a bit. "Thanks," he says, running his fingertips thoughtfully over his left forearm. Looking closely, you notice a gnarled scar over the bone that's healed lighter than the rest of his brown skin. "I wish it was different," he says softly. "I wish he was different. Sometimes I think about how we could have been friends." The Garrison soldiers break from formation. You watch Nem approach Vase. He sweeps her up in his arms and swings her around. You can hear her delighted laughter from here. Rex watches this with a frown. "Anemone and I don't know each other very well," he says. "Probably because Vase is telling her all kinds of lies about me. But I'm a little scared for her, you know? She doesn't know what she doesn't know what he's capable of." I'm seeing a lot of red flags, Rex, so I get the feeling that it's not going to be a very happy relationship. I get the feeling that right now is the honeymoon phase. And, well, possible spoilers, I don't know. But one of the content warnings was, you know, teen pregnancy and domestic violence. So I'm getting the feeling that Vase is gonna be abusive to Anemone. That's horrible. But I'm seeing the red flags now. And I don't imagine it's gonna get better. Rex straightens and puts on a happier face. I don't want to waste my day thinking about Vase, though, he says firmly. Not when there are kids to talk to. Not when there are friends to talk to. Kids, oh my god. And a whole world to explore and dust melon to eat. He splits off another segment of dust melon and eats it with gusto, laughing at the juices as the juices dribble onto his mostly bare chest. And baths to have, I guess. He giggles, wiping the juice and licking it off his fingers, seemingly without a care in the world. I do like Rex a lot. So, there definitely is something between him and Vase. I don't know... Okay, here's my guess. Either he got in the way of Vase being injured by something at some point, and that made Vase feel insecure, and now he has to project this, I am strong and impenetrable, and nothing can hurt me. Or Rex... or Vase bit or tore into Rex at some point for something. And that's what the scar on his arm is. It's one of the two. I'm leaning more towards my first guess, because it would explain Vase and his attitude. But we'll see. Probably not this run, though. I wasn't too into the Helio kids, so I didn't really get invested into them until a little ways after they got here. So I don't think I'll max out my relationship with any of them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, and I'm gonna go out. I'll let you guys know if I find anything. But the goal is I'm looking for Diz. And I don't know if it's an option that will eventually be unlockable, but we're also out here in case Sim wants to talk to us, and he does. I'll be right there, Simmy. And I wonder if his has just run away with me. Sim nods as you approach. Just the human I wanted to see, he says with a solemn smile. The Overseer would like to speak to you again. Sim leads you to the same cave as before. Nothing has changed, and you get the impression that nothing much does change here. You place your hands on the handles of the array and wait. We have thought over our conversation. You feel the Overseer in your mind. We considered that symbiosis may be corrupt and in need of reabsorption, but his affection for your species is genuine, so we have an offer to make you. You're not touching Sim. Fight you. Humans wield godlike powers, but lack the capacity to understand the consequences of their actions, the Overseer explains. You have no connection to the land you claim, beyond the short, brutal window of your own consciousness. Our offer is this. We will not eradicate your colony. Instead, you will be tended to, just as gardeners tend to the rest of the planet. You will be given fresh water, clean air, and good soil, and be protected from outside harm. You mean the harm that you're giving us? In exchange, humans will stay in their colony, and limit their population growth so as to maintain the balance within the habitat. You will not leave this territory to procure more resources. You will cease all hunting, logging, and expansion outside of your valley. Wait, like a human nature reserve? More or less, the Overseer responds. You are a curiosity to us, as well as a sentient species. We would like to preserve you without endangering the ecological balance of the planet. Now, you will go and convince the others of your species to agree to our compromise. I don't like this compromise. This is bullshit. We're not animals. Well, I mean, we are, but we're not. Basically, they still don't trust us. That's what this means. They're treating us... Well, this is horrible to say, but... They're treating us like the Americans treated Indians, putting them on reserves and things. This is horrible. Like, we have the right to go where we please. We have the right to do what we want as long as it doesn't hurt other people. Like, us exploring and going outside the colony isn't a problem. Us having as many children we want isn't a problem, because they're also asking us to limit our population. There's no reason for us to do that. But as far as I'm concerned, it feels like the best option right now, because Lum is certainly not a good option. I'll try my best. You say you don't know if there's any way to convince Governor Lum to agree to this. The overseer seems to accept this. An envoy will visit in glow season to discuss it formally. It replies, to be clear, an armed envoy. We suggest making yourselves look non-threatening by then. It's not gonna happen. Sim embraces you as you remove your hands from the array. Thank you, he murmurs into your hair. I fought hard for them to consider options other than eradication. I'm glad my trust in you was rewarded. As Sim leads you back to the surface, you quietly wonder at him. This man, or rather, this ancient artificial intelligence resembling a man, has pushed his directives to the limit to help humanity. His interest started with mere curiosity, but over time he's come to love humans and value your survival. Has he made a mistake? I hope not. Plus 10 if this is the only... Oof. I don't know how to do this. I don't feel like this is gonna work. Lum will never agree. Vase will never agree. Anemone is brainwashed. She'll never agree. I have a couple friends. Maybe they'll agree. Oh my god. You find Sim on a cliff overlooking the colony. It looks so small from here, so vulnerable. Sim turns to you with a sad smile. Please tell me you've convinced the humans to accept the Overseer's offer. He says, please, Kita, he says, embracing you. I fear what will happen to you if you cannot. I will not be able to protect you. I know. Okay, just to let you guys know, I said, hey, let's spend some time together. He said, sure. The wilderness around you suddenly goes completely silent. You look around in confusion. The trees still move, but the insects still fly, but it is as if someone has put a bowl over your senses. Sim draws near and takes you in his arms. This is admittedly something of an abuse of my abilities as a gardener, he murmurs into your ear. But for the next few hours, nothing and no one shall perceive of our actions here. He licks his lips. How shall we make use of the time, my little sugar bug? You come up with a few ideas. That's really cute. I like that a lot. This is gonna be the only person that survives all of this. As usual for this time of year, your dreams have been more vibrant and invasive. You have trouble distinguishing dream from reality during the day, and you dread falling asleep at night. Huh, how did that hop-eye get into your room? Follow it. You chase it out your balcony door and find yourself on a thickly wooded path, the mushwood pressing in close on every side. The light is weird here, pink and glittering, casting teal shadows. The hop-eye disappears down a hole in the ground, and without thinking, you dive after it, squeezing your shoulders to fit through. You tumble into a cave, beautiful and surreal, shimmering with a light that seems to come from within. When you take a step forward, granules of pink sand crush underfoot. The cave opens out to a forest that seems lifted from a fairy tale. The sunlight beams through peaks in the trees, illuminating a path of mushwood-ringed stepping stones that lead you to a small cottage. You spot the hop-eye hurrying further down the path. Visit the cottage or follow the hop-eye. Fuck. I bet the cottage is Diz. I bet you it is. But where's the hop-eye taking me? I'm gonna visit the cottage. Diz is here! I knew it! It's his home, you think. He's hunched over a woodworking bench and looks up as if you called his name. You realize with alarm that he's working on himself, as if he's part tree. He waves at you with a hand that ends in small blossoming branches. As unsettled, you hurry onwards through a door at the rear of the cabin. Too late, you realize the door opens into empty air and you tumble. You land hard on solid ground, your breath whooshing from you. It's hot here, impossibly hot. The twin suns beat down on you, burning your skin on contact, and the air is almost painful to breathe. In all directions stretches a barren wasteland of dead trees, like bones puncturing the sky, dry skin of the planet. You rise from the dusty, cracked earth and begin to walk, stumbling over the bones of unknown creatures. You don't know where you're walking, only that the horizon doesn't change. The red sky just stretches overhead like a great bowl of heat pressing down on you. A great roar shakes you and you turn to see a chimeric nightmare, a manticore, but with Governor Lum's face. He towers over you from a podium, his claws clacking, his tail thrashing as he prolitizes. Someone look up that word. We primeval forests felling, he chants, we the rivers stemming, piercing deep the mines within, we the surface broad surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving. Overhead, the sky is streaked with smoke. You hear a rumbling in the distance. Stand to face it. You plant your legs and refuse to look away from the beast. With a yell from behind you, Mars appears and swings a sword made of light at the Lum abomination. Its head rolls across the dirt, but it continues to speak. You turn from the scene and walk away, feeling the memory of it cling to you as you push and claw your way through another reality. These are things that are going to happen this year. I'm just getting flashes. You stumble forwards into a dark, glowing forest. Blessedly cool air brushes your cheeks, thick with moisture and making your face wet as if you've been crying. The path wends upwards, flanked by humanoid figures carrying candles. Some are wearing robes, some armor, some lab coats and enviro suits and formal wear. Some are elderly, some are barely 10 years old. All turn to look at you and you realize with a jolt, they're you. Shit. Every single one of them is you. You see yourself reflected in their eyes as they gaze upon you dispassionately, a line of possibilities stretching out as far as you can see. The hotbike crouches between the ranks and gazes solemnly up as you pass. You walk steadily upward, feeling their unflinching gaze follow you. Overhead, the wormhole hangs in the sky like an overripe fruit, bending the heavy branch of space and time towards you. It's so close. You feel as if you could touch it. You stretch out your hand, seeking. You wake up. Gain status, insomnia. Mental skill increase reduced by 1 for 3 months. Fuck. You feel as tired as when you went to bed. It's your birthday. You're 19 years old. Only 1 more year as a teenager. How do we innately know that? How do we know we have 1 more year? It's a gut feeling. That's crazy. That is crazy. Tang is hunched over her workstation, the heels of her hands pushed against her eyelids. When she raises her head as you approach, she quickly blots the corner of her eyes and sniffles. What is it? She asks. Have you heard from Diz? That was a lot of foreshadowing. Where you'd normally find Rex and Nami playing together, you find only Rex. You ask him where Nami is, and he shrugs. Sorry, I don't know. They mentioned they were feeling kinda under the weather. They're probably leveling their Legends of Avamar character. You could try messaging them on their holopalm. You thank Rex and go back to your room. You get comfortable on your bed and load up Nami's private Legends of Avamar server. Back on Earth, there would have been thousands of people playing this game, but now it's just a brave few nerds. Just as Rex said, Nami's logged in to one of their characters and they send you a message. Hey. Sorry. I'm going to destroy my voice. Give me a second. Hey. Sorry if you were looking for me. I feel super crummy, so I'm gonna spend some time in Avamar. I'm leveling in alt right now. If you make a new character, I can help you with the first group quests. What kind of character do you want to play? Oh my god, wizard. Wizard, wizard, wizard. All the way. You log into the game with your new character after spending a few minutes having a minor existential crisis over their name. This is so true. You eventually give up and name them after yourself. It's actually one of the few good things about having a name already for my channel. I just know what to name my person. Nami is waiting for you with their new character, Mydrace, an elven archer with long red hair. They jump a few times in your general direction. Your character is so cute. Hee hee. Let's play. Okay, okay. Let's go. So cool. I love that. Go, Nami. You do the first few quests with Nami. Their character is a little more powerful than yours, so there's lots of time to chat. Nami keeps up a running banter about your adventures, typing as if they're speaking for their character. Oh, she's role-playing. They're role-playing. That's great. Fear my bow, meddlesome creatures! The forest will miss not your presence! It's hard not to notice how much more serious and well-spoken Nami seems when they're writing in character instead of speaking. You don't know how- you didn't know- oh my gosh, you didn't know you had it in- I think that sentence was wrong. You didn't know they had it in them. There we go. Do you play along? Forsooth, I do! You type back, arcane powers seal thine fate. Nami sends you a string of hearts. Besties. You play for a bit until you have to stop to sell your loot at the vendor. Marveling at the accessories you'll be able to buy when you have some more gold, Nami opens the trade window with you and plunks the necklace into it. It's one of the expensive ones, and a huge increase in stats. Galactic. I thought it would look good on you. I'll accept it. You accept the necklace. Oh my god. You accept the necklace and put it on your character. Nice stats. You and Nami battle. Combat challenge. You and Nami battle your way through a null encampment and stand face to face with the big bad Graz mage pelt. Nami readies their bow. Heroes, we are called to battle! Alright. This super serious fight. Super serial. Bop. Bop. Five? Five? Five. See if I can. There we go. We got combat for that. You stand victorious over Graz Mage Pelt. When you click out of the loot window, you have a message waiting from Nami. Our bond is greater than any evil that may befall this land. The power of true love conquers all. Nami sends you a kissing emoji with a string of question marks. Wait, what? I understand. She's trying to say that your characters are romantically involved. Well, I would be totally okay with this normally, but the fact that it has a kissing emoji next to it makes me not want to do it. Wait, what? Don't be weird. Oh my god. Ha 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 ha. It's just in the game. Is it? Though? Es Kisto. I agree. I don't mind the character thing, but like... Okay. Yay, oh my god, I'm happy you get it. You wait a few minutes while Nami composes their final message. Finally, they send you. Major's tree whisper turns and embraces Kita in their strong arms. My love, they say. By your side, I would hazard any foe. Nothing frightens me more than the prospect of a life without you. The fiery-haired archer bends to press their lips to Kita, sealing their love with a kiss. Very nice. So wanna meet up and do that in person? No. That was really fun. Oh my god, yeah, thank you. I had so much fun too. Lamo. I know what that actually is, guys. Maybe I will use it for inspiration for my manga. Ha ha ha. I sure don't like anyone like that. Oh my god. That makes me feel like they totally do, but they're trying to project instead onto other things with those feelings. I feel like they totally have a crush on us, so they're just trying to... no. Sometimes it feels like everyone's just a big ball of hormones here. Like, all of a sudden everyone cares about who's doing smutty stuff, and I'm just sitting here like... Yuck. Maybe you haven't met the right person? Oh my god, rude! I don't know. Wow, Key, you just can't say that to someone. That's not how it works. I don't know. Oh, are you saying you're asexual? That's fine too. I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you were talking about. Because kids say this stuff too about kissing. But if you're asexual, that's fine, Nami. I'm sorry. I didn't pick up on that. Just because, sure, okay, I might like someone in the future doesn't mean my feelings aren't valid now. Well, I'm not saying that's... Again, if you're saying you're asexual, I apologize. Sorry. It's okay. Just making a big deal about it. She's like, oh, it's okay. I feel like they're doing that on purpose. I just can't imagine liking someone that much. Really? Or them liking me that much. Wait, why wait? Because it's gross. Lemon. Tommy's enthusiasm. But anyways, thank you for playing with me. It's no problem. Sometimes it's easier to talk about this stuff when I get to pretend to be someone else, you know? I mean, I get that. Okay, I didn't understand that conversation at all. I felt like we were speaking English, but we weren't speaking English. Are they saying they're asexual? Because that's fine. If they're just teasing me and giving me a hard time to give me a hard time, rude. But in any case, that's probably where we're going to end the episode. A lot's happened. We had a lot of foreboding going on. So what I'm thinking... Hold on, let me change over here. So what I'm thinking is that we have to go save Diz. That Diz is going to do something that's going to make him bound with nature for eternity or whatever. Because him turning into a tree didn't seem like a good thing. Or a tree's going to eat him. I don't know what. But our dreams are kind of psychedelic. So they give us hints, but not exact. Mars is going to kill Lum. Or at least that's a possibility. In which case, I must aid in this mission. I must. He needs to die. And if she won't kill him, I will. I hope that's an option. But yes, I'm going ahead and end the video here. Go straight into editing it. And I'll see everybody tomorrow in the next video. Bye, guys.